Folks, Kenya as a country comprises of more than 50 ethnical tribes or ethnic tribes. And how would the majority or some of them feel if they are not included uh, in the government? I want to talk about an issue that has been going on in the government of Kenya Kwanza. And I would say that this issue it's going on not as an oversight, but it is very intentional. It is completely intentional. They are cognizant on what they are doing. Tribalism. Tribalism has all of a sudden emerged. It has always been there, but it appears that this current government seems to be uh, again allowing this kind of bigotry to to have space to grow and to begin influencing the country. And few people have started talking about it. And I want to appreciate that because it takes courage, especially if they belong to the same fold. It takes courage to really come and point out such devices, such wrong devices. And so we have to bring this conversation because even if we do not want to talk about it, it is there. And no sooner shall we realize that when its impact is beyond control. When we look at the appointments that the Kenya Kwanza government has so far made, if you initially how they began, it was more of a two community to larger say in terms of percentage, in terms of sharing the the positions and the opportunities. Most of them will go to Kalenjins, then followed by the Mount Kenya. And I'm saying this not to profile this community. I'm saying this because the key leaders of the Kenya Kwanza are from these communities, and so they are taking advantage of the position they have to propagate this kind of bigotry. And so this continued, and then at some point, the trend slightly changed, whereby you realize even the Mount Kenya was receiving quite fewer appointment or positions, but the other from, let me not say Rift Valley, but purely from the Kalenjins will receive the larger percentage or the larger portion of it. And again, I'm very objective here. So if you are either of these communities, do not mistake me. I'm just objectively looking at this issue. And anyway, that is just the reality on the ground. And so, why is this happening? Why would leaders who campaigned on the platform of inclusivity all of a sudden, in terms of being pragmatic, they ignore the aspect of inclusivity? In such a polarized nations along ethnicity lines and even along religious lines. And so when you put in perspective the state of the country, and then you come in and want to propagate tribalism, then I don't think you are helping the country. In fact, you are doing a great disservice to the country. Probably they would do this kind of, or they will propagate this kind of behavior because of security reasons. Somebody will feel if my own are there, then I will be secure because they will not get behind my back and stab me. So I'm sure somebody is keen in ensuring that he's dealing with his or her insecurity issues. And number two, this could also border align and along the aspect of siphoning funds or resources. And that's why you put your own people there, people you are going to use strategically, and so that you'll be able to siphon funds. And number three, of course, which is control. Because somebody would want to be in control and to control, then the only way is to put their persons that you are sure they will serve your interest, and they will not probably objectively critique you or even criticize you when necessary. And so bring on board people that would dance to the tune and do exactly as you want them to do. But then, even as this could be some of the reasons why this could happen, it remains, tribalism will remain to be a bad behavior, and the repercussions can be dire. They may not be immediate, spontaneous, they could be gradual, but for sure detrimental. Gradual, but for sure they can cause a serious injury on Kenya and the people of Kenya, and also in terms of the vision and the place of Kenya. And that's why this kind of leadership that we are seeing coming from the current government, it is demonstrating a bad model kind of leadership in the context of what we are seeing happening in terms of sharing state jobs and other appointments. So it's a bad model, that indeed is not worthy to be emulated. And this did not come out in their manifestos during the campaign. So we really ask them to consider and to do the right thing that people can emulate from them. Number two, this is gradually and accurately building anger in people, especially those that are feeling that they have been excluded from sharing and from even being part and parcel of managing and running the country. And these are the majority from many other communities. The many other reasons that they also would be excluded. But so this is building anger. It is building anger. And you see, a nation that where you keep on building anger, it's not a good thing. Remember one time on this platform, I talked about the theory of hegemony, and also Marxism, Karl Marx theory, and if you can put that in context, really, and also consider that such a country that capitalism is such strong that those who have, they have, and those who do not have, they do not have. I don't think it is helping the country. Anger is building up. Remember, there are many other things that have built anger for long. So this anger, one time, it will go out of control. It will be out of control. And this will not be good for the country. Number three, tribalism slowly breeds division, and division again is not good for the country. And personally, I think if you are the president, as much as you want to play your politics, your greatest ambition should be to really serve the country and do the best to ensure that you are serving the essence and the purpose of presidency. And so this applies to many other positions, whether you're a member of parliament, whether you are in the Senate, or even as a governor or so. This applies to all the positions, whether appointed or electives. And so tribalism will keep on building divisions, and eventually this is going to cause serious injury on the country, and this will not be very good. And also, this issue of tribalism is also building, or it helps to breed corruption, because you want your people to be there, because if really you want them to be there for good, you want to tell me it's only good people that are found within your tribe or your community. There are many Kenyans from many other tribes and communities that are good, and so it will be in order, if the any leadership that is governing a country, to appoint people, elect people on basis of meritocracy, on merit, but not on the basis of tribe and on the basis of my community. And so, in order to avert tribalism, then we need to really deal with this issue. But if we want to continue breeding corruption that is already a challenge in Kenya, to some extent, it appears like now it is part and parcel of the lifestyle. Really, this kind of behavior is not helpful at all. And so tribalism, it is really already, it has lifted its head high, and people of goodwill must stand and talk against it, and without fear or favor. People must stand against it and say, you know what, this is a challenge, it is coming up, and it has to be avoided. And for me, the presidency, the current leadership of this country, to come up, though looking at the trend of the event, I don't think this also should come as a surprise or as a shock, but it is the wrong thing to do. It's not the right thing to do, and it is not helpful for the country. And so this should not be taken lightly, and to help this country, this must be avoided. I just hope that we will come to a place where we can value each other, where, as much as we appreciate, and we come from various communities, we are quite diverse, but we don't use our diversity for wrong reasons, but we use our diversity for good reasons. Then I think Kenya, we need to come to a place of reasoning, to a place of, again, really wanting to know why we have a country as this, and what we can do to make it better. And so for a president to appear and to look like and to propagate tribalism without a blink of an eye, it is wrong. It is not acceptable. It is bad, toxic leadership that must be avoided. The King bless Kenya.